push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, here's Osweiler. A dump off to Anderson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Osweiler going to give it to his tailback, Anderson. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking in the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. On second down, Osweiler. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Again, Anderson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, now, Detroit, Detroit.
To throw is Osweiler. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Following the interception, Cousins. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Cousins now. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Hey, flipper. Line out. Line out. Hey, Ringo, 48. Wait, the hot.
Cousins now to throw on first down. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
To throw, Cousins. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. They'll go to P-Rod, trying to pound it in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. Ball on the 3, third down and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Kirk Cousins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Cody Latimer now on the return. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 30. 10 for touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder with what they'll score a 106-yard return. And the Redskins have taken the lead.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Osweiler with a give. This is Anderson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Down right around the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. They go play action with Osweiler. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ryan Kerrigan able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And McManus able to put it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Thompson. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Cousins gives this to Pirine, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Cousins, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Cousins now on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now Cousins being chased out left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Shift together here from the D-line. They start the drive with Anderson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
A fake to Anderson. Now it's Osweiler. Rolling to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And no, it's incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. And here come the Redskins now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Second down, Cousins out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Again, a run with Thompson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Cousins a handoff. This is Pirine. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. In the red zone this time. They'll run again with Pirine, and they'll get him down right around the 16. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll run with Thompson. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A nice run leaves them just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, Having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there at 22. One last shot for Osweiler. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not. Yeah, 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 yeah. Starts with a feeling, and you ride it like a wave. Crash it so the sparks can come together. Don't need a reason why the universe was made. It goes on and on and on and on forever. And it's a long fight on this battle star where we fight for love no matter where we are. Oh, 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 oh. And there's a big bang in this universe, and it makes me feel like the go don't work. Oh, 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 oh. You got me like ooh. You got me like you got me like and ooh, with all the things you do. Yeah, anything and everything I make you feel. Well, honey, I feel it with you. Baby, you're flashing, and I'm blinded by your light. I love the way you Jupiter is rising. You got me reacting like a lunatic tonight. I love the way the stars are all aligning. You got me like ooh. You got me like you got me like and ooh, with all the things you do.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Osweiler's Broncos going up against Keenum's Vikings.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
All right, here we go.
Again, it's Murray. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray is a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
Let's go.
On first down, Murray. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
That good for 22 and a first down. So it'll be first down here after the run. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Here again is McKinnon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Toss play to McKinnon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain, and it's second down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? The West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion.
Let's go.
They go play action now. Osweiler. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Flush to his right. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. Give him 27 yards that time. And it'll be first down, Denver.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
First carry of the ball game now. It's C.J. Anderson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. They run it again with Anderson. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
And now out comes Minnesota. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
14 yards that time for number 14. A toss to Murray. Spins by. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down is Keenum. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Domata-Peko able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. On 3rd down, Murray. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. They are going for it. Keenum. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. Comes to Anderson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Toss play. This is Anderson. And some space here. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Getting the call is Anderson running left. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Give running left with Anderson. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Murray, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. They will go for it. It's Keenum. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down Vikings. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On first down, Keenum. Left side caught by Diggs. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. The final shot before the break, Keenum. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
The final shot before half for Keenum. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen as time expires in the first half. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10. And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see you in the postgame. We're ready to get to the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Second down and a little ways to go here. Second and 13. From the shotgun, Osweiler. He goes underneath for Anderson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Throwing, Osweiler, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Anthony Barr coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Now Keenum steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To throw is Keenum. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. They do snap it to Keenum. And that is going to be incomplete. A disappointing drop there on 4th and goal. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, with that incompletion, I want to ask about the game that you worked this last week in Minnesota and Washington. And Minnesota's Teddy Bridgewater didn't play, but active again on the sideline was very, very emotional, wasn't it?
He certainly was, and I can't even begin to imagine what the road was like. coming back, the rehab, the lonely days, the pain, all of that because at one point he was told he may never play in the NFL again. Yet there he was, dressed out, ready to play. Says he draws his inspiration from his mother, who beat breast cancer, and figured if she could do it, he could as well.
Neat story. He was sidelined for 442 days. Nice to see him back in uniform. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A.J. Derby, 92 yards, and the Broncos will extend their lead. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, punt the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, with that pass falling incomplete, let's have some fun. You know, last week we talked about all the celebrations we're seeing across the NFL. How about the sack race 2 weeks ago that the Chiefs did? Yeah, how about that?
That was pretty good. And he scored the touchdown. So they must have known whoever scored the touchdown, they would allow that person to win the sack race. The other one stumbled and fell. I thought that was fun and somewhat original. How about this past week in the game that I saw, Washington and Minnesota?
Oh, the leapfrog.
Yeah, they played leapfrog after, I believe, an Adam Thielen touchdown. So that was a lot of fun. But Stephon Diggs, he doesn't know quite the rules sometimes crop up. He went trying to Velcro himself to the goalpost after a touchdown.
That's a penalty.
That's a penalty because the only prop you can use is...
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league, and he did just that, picking off another pass.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
After the interception, here's Osweiler. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 30 yards there.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
And he's brought down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
All right, here we go.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth.
All right, here we go.
And the big tight end shifting around.
3-19.
On second down, Anderson. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler on the move to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he is knocked down from the side at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Hey, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Now Anderson, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So still 7 yards to go here on third down. It's 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jamal Charles taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On 1st down, it's Keenum. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Hurry up, here we go. Gone.
On 2nd and 10, Keenum. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now Keenum. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now Keenum again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And look out, I think he's going to go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Broncos